Hey there, welcome back to PsycKeys. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of personality development. You might think you know yourself pretty well, but get ready to have your mind blown. We're about to explore 7 incredible ways to develop and enhance your personality that you probably haven't considered before. Buckle up, because by the end of this video, you'll have a whole new perspective on who you are and who you can become. The microdosing effect, tiny changes, massive impact. Let's kick things off with something that might surprise you: the power of microdosing personality traits. No, we're not talking about substances here. We're talking about deliberately practicing minuscule amounts of a desired personality trait. Imagine you want to be more extroverted. Instead of forcing yourself to attend every social event possible, try this. For just 5 minutes a day, engage in a slightly more extroverted behavior than usual. Maybe it's striking up a brief conversation with a stranger, or speaking up once in a meeting when you'd usually stay quiet. Research from the University of California, Riverside, found that people who practiced small amounts of extroverted behavior daily for 2 weeks reported significant increases in well-being and felt more authentic in their interactions. The key here is consistency and gradual increase. It's like working out a muscle. You don't go from never exercising to bench pressing 200 pounds overnight. So here's a challenge for you. Pick a trait you'd like to develop. Now think of the tiniest possible way you could express that trait today. Can you commit to doing that for just 5 minutes? Remember, it's not about dramatic changes, it's about planting seeds that will grow over time. The paradox of personality. Embracing your dark side. Now, let's venture into slightly controversial territory. We often think of personality development as enhancing our positive traits and suppressing the negative ones. But what if I told you that embracing your so-called dark side could actually lead to a more well-rounded personality? Psychologist Carl Jung introduced the concept of the shadow self, those parts of our personality that we try to hide or deny. Interestingly, research in the Journal of Personality has shown that individuals who acknowledge and integrate their less desirable traits often display greater emotional stability and self-awareness. For example, if you consider yourself a nice person, you might suppress feelings of anger or resentment, but by acknowledging these emotions, you can learn to express them in healthy ways, leading to more authentic relationships and better boundaries. Here's something to ponder. What's a trait about yourself that you usually try to hide? How might your life change if you found a constructive way to express it instead of suppressing it? Remember, the goal isn't to let negative traits run wild, but to acknowledge them as part of your whole self. The language persona effect. Speak a new language, become a new you. Get ready for this mind bender. Speaking a different language can actually alter your personality. It's not just about communication, it's about transformation. A study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found that bilingual individuals often display different personality traits depending on which language they're speaking. For instance, English-Spanish bilinguals tended to be more assertive when speaking English and more agreeable when speaking Spanish. This isn't just about cultural norms. The very structure and vocabulary of a language can shape how we think and behave. For example, in Japanese, there are many levels of politeness built into the language, which can make speakers more attuned to social hierarchies and indirect communication. So, here's a wild idea. Want to develop a specific personality trait? Try learning a language that emphasizes that trait. Want to be more precise and analytical? Give German a shot? Looking to enhance your emotional expression? Italian might be your ticket. Even if you're not ready to become fluent in a new language, try incorporating foreign phrases or concepts into your daily life. How might thinking in terms of the Danish hygge, coziness and well-being, or the Japanese ikigai, reason for being, shift your perspective and behavior? We've all heard of bucket lists, those catalogues of experiences we want to have before we kick the bucket. But have you ever considered creating a reverse bucket list? This powerful tool involves listing significant experiences you've already had and reflecting on how they've shaped your personality. Research in the field of narrative psychology suggests that the stories we tell about our past experiences play a crucial role in shaping our identity and personality. By consciously examining and reframing these stories, we can actually reshape our personality in the present. Here's how it works. Start by listing 10 significant experiences from your past. These could be achievements, challenges you've overcome, or pivotal moments in your life. Now, for each experience, ask yourself, 1. What did this experience teach me about myself? 2. How did it change the way I see the world? 3. What strengths did I discover or develop through this experience? By doing this exercise, you're not just reminiscing, you're actively constructing your identity based on your lived experiences. You might discover core strengths you've overlooked or realize how resilient you truly are. I challenge you to start your reverse bucket list today. You might be surprised at how this reflection can boost your self-esteem and provide a solid foundation for future growth. Remember, understanding where you've been is key to determining where you want to go. The cognitive reappraisal revolution, rewiring your emotional responses. Let's talk about a skill that can literally rewire your brain and transform your personality: cognitive reappraisal. This isn't just positive thinking, it's a scientifically backed technique that can change how you emotionally respond to situations. Cognitive reappraisal involves consciously changing the way you interpret events. For instance, instead of seeing a failed project as a personal flaw, you might reframe it as a valuable learning experience. It sounds simple, but the effects can be profound. A study published in the journal Nature Neuroscience used fMRI scans to show that people who regularly practice cognitive reappraisal actually have different neural pathways compared to those who don't. They tend to have stronger connections between the prefrontal cortex, responsible for reasoning, and the amygdala, the emotional center of the brain. What does this mean for your personality? By consistently practicing cognitive reappraisal, you can become more emotionally resilient, less prone to anxiety and depression, and more adaptable to change. It's like giving yourself an emotional upgrade. Here's a practical way to start. The next time you face a challenging situation, pause and ask yourself, is there another way to look at this? Try to come up with at least 3 alternative interpretations. Over time, this practice can become automatic, fundamentally changing how you react to the world around you. Can you think of a recent situation where cognitive reappraisal might have changed your emotional response? How might your personality shift if you consistently applied this technique? The microbiome personality connection. You are what you eat, literally. Prepare to have your mind blown. Your gut bacteria might be influencing your personality. Yes, you heard that right. The trillions of microorganisms living in your digestive system could be shaping who you are as a person. Recent research in the field of psychobiotics has uncovered a fascinating link between gut health and personality traits. A study published in the journal Psychosomatic Medicine found correlations between specific gut bacteria and personality traits like conscientiousness and neuroticism. How does this work? Your gut and brain are in constant communication through what's known as the gut-brain axis. The bacteria in your gut produce neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, which play crucial roles in mood regulation and behavior. So, what does this mean for personality development? By consciously altering your diet to promote a healthy gut microbiome, you might actually be able to influence your personality traits. Foods rich in probiotics like yogurt and kefir, and prebiotics like garlic, onions, and bananas can support a diverse and healthy gut ecosystem. Here's a mind-bending thought experiment. Consider your favorite personality trait. Now, imagine that you could enhance that trait by changing your diet. What foods might you add or remove? How might your daily eating habits shift if you viewed them as a tool for personality development? Remember, this field of study is still in its early stages, but the potential implications are enormous. It adds a whole new dimension to the phrase "you are what you eat," doesn't it? The Neuroplasticity Adventure, rewiring your brain through novel experiences. For our final mind-blowing way to develop your personality, let's talk about neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to form new neural connections throughout life. By deliberately seeking out novel experiences, you can literally rewire your brain, potentially altering your personality in the process. Research published in the journal Personality and Social Psychology Review suggests that new experiences, especially those that challenge our existing worldviews, can lead to lasting changes in personality traits. This is because novel experiences force our brains to create new neural pathways, potentially altering our typical patterns of thinking and behaving. Here's where it gets really interesting. The type of novel experiences you choose can shape the direction of your personality development. For instance, regularly engaging in activities that require quick decision-making might enhance traits like spontaneity and adaptability. On the other hand, practices like meditation or deep reading might cultivate traits like introspection and patience. So how can you apply this? Try creating a novelty schedule for yourself. Commit to trying one new thing each week. It could be as simple as taking a different route to work, or as adventurous as learning a new skill like rock climbing. The key is consistency and variety. Here's a challenge for you. Think about a personality trait you'd like to develop. Now, brainstorm 5 novel experiences that might help cultivate that trait. How can you incorporate these into your life over the next month? Remember, every new experience is an opportunity to reshape your brain and, by extension, your personality. Your brain is like a garden. Tend to it with diverse experiences, and watch your personality flourish in ways you never imagined. And there you have it, folks. 7 mind-blowing ways to develop your personality that you probably never considered before. From microdosing personality traits to harnessing the power of your gut bacteria, we've covered some truly fascinating territory. Remember, personality development isn't about becoming someone else. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. It's a lifelong journey of self-discovery and growth, and I hope this video has given you some new tools for that journey. If you found this video mind-blowing, and I hope you did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to PsycKeys for more fascinating insights into the human mind. And hey, ring that notification bell so you don't miss our upcoming video. Until next time, keep exploring the incredible potential of your personality.